Hey, every and anybody. Welcome to another episode of Smoke and Mirrors. This episode is brought to you by Gum. Mmm, chewy. Also brought to you by the Constitution. It's Docalicious. Don't worry if it's not good enough for anyone else to hear. Just sing a song. And now here they are, your host, my host. We all host for ice cream, Carlos Karim Wyndham. DACA won. Fuck you. POTUS. Fuck you. We win. That's two. That's two. Who knows? Maybe we'll even get some rights for black people. Let's see. The suspense is killing me, like with a noose. Um, hey, how you doing? You okay? You okay out there? How you doing, people who've been reading about the nooses hanging around? How you doing? You okay out there? Yeah. How about you? How about you? How you okay out there, unemployed friends? How? Yeah, I know you've been looking for a job. I know you're staying on the unemployment line for like 8 hours. I saw that. I saw that. And then you called and you can't get. I saw that too. I'm you. I hear you. You okay? Hey, how you doing out there? The people who had to take your animal to the vet and have that surgery there. That was pretty rough. You all right? You doing okay? All right. Black people who still have to work with non-black people and racists at your workplace. You surviving? You making it? No? It's harder right now. I know. I know. I think you're supposed to do that two fingers. I think with one finger that was like accusational. That wasn't. That was supposed to be. I see you. I see. I see you. Um, hey everybody, do you have a warm bevy? Do you have a warm bevy? I got a warm bevy. I had to get a warm bevy. I gotta get a warm bevy. Yeah. 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 I feel you. I feel you. Uh, hey, what's going on? What's going on, Zena? How you doing? Uh, no, I feel you. It's very it's very hard. I saw somebody say that the way they were feeling and the way that a lot of black folks are feeling right now is like, guess I'll just die. So try to don't try to don't. All we have to do right now is survive, um, and that means a lot of different things, as we know, right? That also means some fighting. So that's we're gonna do it, and we're gonna fight well. Uh, but I hope you're taking care of yourself. I hope that you are doing that. Hey, here's something that's going to be fun. We're not going to have a silly goose time, but we are going to have a silly time, and we both like to laugh a lot. There are going to be so many teeth visible that you're going to think that maybe you're at an orthodonture exhibit while I sit here speaking with my good friend Courtney. This is going to happen tomorrow. I'll be here in conversation with DJ Wild Child. We're going to chit and we're going to chat Tomorrow, what I did is I got my copy ready before the show, and so that I wouldn't have to do this part that I've done for the last several days talking about my copy. And guess what I did? I fucking blew it. So, anyway, in commemoration of the abolition of American slavery and our fearless protesting, our resilience and struggle, and our unity with black people from across the diaspora, do you know what we're going to do? We're going to rejoice together during this special online event, during which you can hear from leading black women, including Alicia Garza from Black Futures Lab, Oregon Representative Akasha Lawrence, and We Count Oregon's Esperanza I fucked it up. Tervalan Garrett Esperanza. I know how to say your name. Oh my God, I hope she didn't hear this. We're going to learn about the history of black folks in Oregon with Walida and Marisha. You remember the episode that Walida was here? We talked. You could go back and listen to that if you missed it. And youth leader Bria Smith. We'll talk about the work that they've been doing on the front lines of the protests mobilizing youth of color and her work with Us Kids Impact Campaign. The youth can speak for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Oregon Representative Anthony Delaney, Self Enhancement Inc., NAACP's ED, is going to be speaking. Urban League's Rep. Darren Holden Golden will also, Harold Golden, I know that. It's not Holden Golden. That would be crazy. Will highlight the local black community and how to get involved. And also, there's going to be some good sounds for your ear holes, including the DJ OG1, official DJ of the Portland Trail Blazers, also the awe-inspiring voice of Portland's own Alonzo Chadwick, who I'm hoping we'll get to have here at some point in the not too distant future, and up and coming inspiration, Michaela Dean and her father, Michael Dean. This event is one of a kind, not to be missed. Spread the word like butter or jam or jelly or toast. It is going to be going down for Juneteenth. It's a celebration, and we'd love for you to be a part of it. I'm going to be there, but I'm only going to be there as a celebrant, so that I'm going to be celebrating. I am not going to be, hopefully, talking too much. I feel like I have been because it's what I do. I created a world in which I talk for a living and had to earn some of that living for several hours before this today. It is sometimes a situation of getting into circumstances where there is an economic reward for a joke, an exchange of that sort, or for musics, or for the hosting talents, or any number of other things. More often, it's for talking with people about race and class and gender, which is its own kind of rewarding. And I got to do some of that today. It was delicious. It was delicious. Got to soak that up with a biscuit on the tails of some of it yesterday. Going to be doing some more of it tomorrow. And then on Monday, and then on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday and Thursday of next week, because it seems that white people have decided to join the battle. We are welcoming you with open arms. If you are an accomplice, if you are an ally, you are also welcome here with open arms. It is your job to fetch some coffee and pack the bowl and listen. It is my job to check in with my community and the people I care about most to make sure I'm doing the things that matter to them. And it is because of they that I are here to do this. And I want to talk about that a little bit today. Today is a day that is beginning to mean more and more to me as years go on, and as I say, as years go on, this is the first time I've had the opportunity to experience years. Today is the anniversary of the passing of my mother. And it is a sweet, sweet day. It truly is. Um, I have dealt with an incredible amount of death in my life, as have most black folk. Let's be absolutely very clear. Earliest funerals I remember going to, I was about 11, and had been to one almost every year since, with a few exceptions that get to be about 3 or 4 year stretches of in between, but have been to many, 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 many since. Um, when years ago my grandmother passed, my uncle Joseph grabbed me by the shoulder and he leaned into me and he said, hey, listen. Hey man, I think you better keep this suit pressed because, I think the elders are getting ready to make their move. Do you know what I mean? Now, I don't think that Uncle Joseph would have predicted to see me in so many blouses at funerals, yet and still, his point was well taken. His was one for which it would have been good to have a well pressed suit. But this is about Mama. And she, um, well, I bought some wind chimes. I did that. She used to have wind chimes everywhere across her backyard, and she had wind chimes and would plant native plants to bring out hummingbirds. And so there were also hummingbirds. She also had a hummingbird feeder that she was very fond of, and she loved them so much. They would come. They were her friends. Oh, it's one of my friends. It's one of the birds. Oh, Carlos, look at the bird. Did you see? Did you see? Oh, just just lovely. She often referred to herself as my dear sainted mother. Uh, oh, your dear sainted mother. Don't talk about your dear sainted mother that way. She said that because she knew that she was my dear mother, sainted. I from her, I got, along with my wild dysmorphia, a pretty good sense of humor and a propensity and love for cuss words. So that's the kind of sainting that she was. The sainthood, hoods of saint. I think, you know what? Given the clan's resurrection, I don't think we should call it sainthood anymore. Club saints. I don't know. Saint jackets. Something. Saint robe. I don't know. This is a path that is not. There's nothing good down this path. I'm going to stop. Two very quick stories about my mom to help you understand. I don't know what I understand about where I come from and how I got to be like this. It is a very true circumstance where I very much phenotypically am my father's child. I look like my father, who looked like his father. I look like my uncles. I look like my brother. We look like what we look at. It's like a Wyndham dealership. It's like if you step into the lot, there are at least 6 to 7 models available. And it's just, what do you like? A bohemian model? Would you like a refined model? How about an uptown? Would you like something a little bit more friendly for the country? We have that too. And so I'm whatever the fuck this is. Um, Inside of this, like a BMW, the guts are made of mom. A lot of my heart, a lot of my spirit, as I said, is very much of her. She and her friends used to hold teach-ins in the living room. I knew about the Cambodian blood fields when I was about 7 from watching slideshows in the living room. That's not normal. That's okay. Also, I do remember the day that I began to do my own laundry. And that was a thing that happened because of a discussion that I was having with my mother. One of the two things I wanted to share with you today. It was a day like any other, and in the basement of our very modest home, there was a washer and a dryer, and it was a Saturday. I believe what I wanted to be doing was to be watching the Tarzan cartoon on CBS. Already not a favorite activity of mine. That for my mom, she wasn't that excited that I wanted to watch about this white man who was running Africa. So, but then she asked if I would help her with the laundry, and I said, "Well, why do I have to help you with the laundry?" And she said, "Because it is your laundry." And I said, "Yes, but doing laundry is a woman's work." That's the last time my mother ever did my laundry. I think I was about 10. Um, and to this day, I cannot stand to have anyone clean up behind me. I can't stand to have somebody in the kitchen clean up behind me or clean up my laundry or clean my bathroom. That belongs here. That's here. So the benevolence of fuck you, do it yourself is one of the wonderful lessons I got from my. I was doing you a favor. Was one of the wonderful lessons I got from my mom because she was petty. Because she was petty. There was a time when I was living only with my mom. Mom and Pop needed to take a short little itsy bitsy 3 year timeout. And during that time, I was with mom primarily. 5 days a week would go with dad on the weekend. Had a wonderful relationship with dad. Wonderful relationship with mom. It was fine. I was great with it. Good being the older codependent son. Very, very happy to do so. They reunited and there were vacations. There was coming together for them. There was a lot of frustration for me in trying to figure out where and how to do and to fit and to be at this point. But there was also a certain amount of freedom. Again, I was young to see some of the things that I had seen, but it also meant that at a young age I was allowed to see rated R movies. So when the original Terminator came out and it was out in the theaters, I got to go see it. I got to go see it. Not once, but twice. Did have a brush with Arnold Schwarzenegger earlier that year. He was doing some motivational speaking because that's what bodybuilders did in the late 70s and early 80s, I guess. I don't know what the fuck he was doing there. And then he tried to eat at IHOP, and we followed him in there, and I don't know what the fuck. Anyway, we got to see the Terminator. Got to see it twice. Got to see it once, and then it was time for a second viewing. And my best friend and I had collected the money, and so it was the weekend. And could we go? But mom, we'd like to go to a late show, and she said yes. And I said great. I was quite excited for this event. She was not excited about what it meant to pick us up from the movie at around 12:31 in the morning because it was a traditional late show. It was in the 1980s, so what, about 82, I think, when this movie came out. And I remember we saw it at the Basemar Twin Theaters on Baseline Street in Boulder, Colorado, right down the 40th parallel of the planet. Baseline Road at the bottom of the hill. There used to be a twin theater that I believe now is an army of salvation, as Tracy Chapman said. And so we saw it, and we got out, and it was time for Mom to pick us up, and the movie was so good, just rat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat, rat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat. My best friend Chris was in the back seat. I was in the front seat. It was hype. We got in the car, and Mom, who listen, I know for her to one, have allowed us to go at all. Okay, God bless. Two, she said in advance, um, I don't like this, and I don't want to have to pick you up that late. You can. Should you? But you can, and I will. She did. We shouldn't have. We should not have. She she was cranky. Now, I haven't had three children. I when I got into a rough patch in my marriage, the roughest patch, ended it because it needed to be ended. That was a mutual agreement. We graduated from marriage. My mom never graduated. She rematriculated, so she was back uh, in it and so I've been that. It can be hard if it's not a good fit. It's got to be a really, really good fit for that to work. And it was it was a fine fit. But they were reshaping pieces now to figure out how it now fit. And that's if you have to reshape the pieces of a jigsaw puzzle, that's not what is the definition of a good fit. And so she carrying all of this and the fact that she had said, "Hey, you can, I don't want you to, but whatever your choice." That isn't what she meant. I didn't know that until we had gotten just a bit out of the parking lot. And it was then and there that she said, "Well, I told you I didn't want you to go in the first place." And I, as I said, my inside parts in there, all the wet, gooey parts, all the miracle parts that work without help. Those those are the mom parts. And so I guess the petty gene. I got some of that. And so what I said is, "Hey, I told you you didn't have to pick us up, Mom." She said, "Get out." I said, and got out. She pulled the car off. I shrugged and started walking home in all of my 11 years. Boop, doop, doop, boop, boop, doop, doop, boop. She pulled the car around the block as one would when one's proving a Huxtabillion point to one's child. "Theo, we will take the door off of your bedroom." "Denise, we will show you how disappointed we are and ship you off to your own spinoff. She did not think that Theo would run and dive into the bushes and crawl away and sneak away and hide and began continuing his trek home, which is what I chose to do. So, what I decided was that I was going to go home by myself in the dark, as I told her I would do because I said I would and I could, and I did. And then I came in the house. And then my mother, who had tears in her eyes, hung up the telephone, with whom on the other end she was speaking with the police, hoping that they might help her to find her child. Now, this is in 1982. There was still some possibility. There was this weird gap in the history of race relations where you could call the police to help you find a suburban black child and assume that they would help you and not put a bullet in the child. It wasn't a long period. There were only about 8 to 10 years of it that I experienced, but this happened within that period, right at the tail end. And so she hung up the phone and she looked at me and she cried and she said, "Oh, my boy, where have you been?" And I said, "Well, I told you I could walk." And she said, "Why did you do that?" I said, "Because you were so angry, Mom. I didn't want to make you angry. And you said that you didn't want to take. So I told you I could walk. So I walked. Where's Chris? I took Chris home. I was so worried about you. That was the hospitals and the police. I was on the phone with them." Oh. All right. Well, I'm sorry. Well, no, that's not exactly going to get it, mister. Let me tell you. Huh? Oh, we're going to have to talk about your punishment. My what? Yeah, no, I told you. You didn't know. You told me nothing. You stopped the car. You told me to get out. I got out. I did what you told me. You don't. Do you want to do this with me right now? What? No, 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 no. I don't believe I do. No, I don't believe I do. That's goddamn right you don't. You take yourself downstairs right now and we'll talk about this in the morning. And I love you very much, you little stupid. Kiss me on my head. Send me to my room. I, me, this kid. So the Terminator came out, as you may remember. It was a summer movie. This that we went to see it over Labor Day, and I was then grounded for the next 6 months, including through my birthday. The Queen of Petty will always win. Oh shit, my mama. Ma. I don't know if you can hear them, but I can hear the wind chimes that I bought for her ringing a little bit just off of there. She's been on my mind heavy. Our parents aren't perfect. It is hard. It is hard to raise parents, and I cannot believe what my child has to deal with. Híjole. Well, I don't know. That's all I wanted to talk about. I think I wrote some things down. What did I write down? Laundry Day and Battle of the Petty. Okay. Okay. That's all I wrote down. That's all I wrote down. That's all I was thinking about. I don't know. Freestyle episode, talking shit. Hey, please come out. Come out to the thing. We're gonna be there for the where's the thing? I know where all the scenes are. I know what's going on. Check it out. Black Like Me. Juneteenth. Tomorrow. There's registration information that's going to be available at the anything from Dancing Hearts Consulting on your book of face. Go look for that. Hey, give some money to these people. It's the Okra Project. They're in Brooklyn. They're getting food to some of the gays and some of the trans people who don't have some foods, because people are awful and we're in an awful capitalist system and we're in a stupid system of begging for favors and doing crowdsourcing, and people from other countries think it's really ridiculous that we have to do that to be able to eat and pay hospital bills. But we do. You could give some money to the Okra Project at PayPal me / the Okra Project / and learn all about the wonderful things that they're doing at Okra Project. And hey, become a patron. That would be super cool. I would love to have you as a patron. We're going to do some secret stuff. You get to choose stuff to do, like be helping decide what's going to happen on future shows, suggesting who should be here with us as guests. Going to have some guests next week. There's going to be some music and some other stuff, and you're going to not have any input unless you're a patron. That's rude. That's not what I meant to say. What I meant to say is thank you very much to the people who are patronizing and have become patrons of Smoke and Mirrors. You're part of a very special club, and you are the best. Everyone else is the worst. And hey, if you oh shit, I'm on Instagram at El Caballo Negrito. I'm also on Twitter at Caballo Negrito. You could, if you wanted to, share this. And do you know what? I'm going to say something else. That would be a little bit important, because what I've discovered since we created our little community here at Smoke and Mirrors is that they at Zuckerberg and the Book of Face are not that interested in being able to boost any of the posts that happen here, because it says the bullshit in it, and evidently you can't say the shit word. That's too much for Facebook. You can say the derogatory things about the black people and the women's, but you can't say the shit word. So, if you would, please share this. We call that passing the J. Pass a bunch of J's. I'm never going to bogart this. I'm passing you a J right now. Here's one for you. Have one. You know what else you could do, though? You could also, if this is worth a thing to you and you find it to be as spectacular as it is, and it is, and I am, and thank you for being here. You know what? You could drop 5 on it. You could do that at Venmo. Carlos, ooh, there was a burp. Ooh, that's a mouth fart. Carlos-Wyndham, Windham, Cash App at $CK Wyndham, or you could PayPal me at CK Wyndham. That's what I got. Okay, thank you so much for being here. The world's on fire. The president is acting like Rona's over. The guy who could have put him out of office and in prison wrote a book, and, well, you can read that now. DACA is legal. So is it to be gay or trans. And the president is an adult idiot who can't walk down a ramp. I think that was the news of the week. Thank you for being here. Thank you for spending time. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Wash your hands, please. I love you. Bye. Oh, come back tomorrow when I'm going to be here with Coordinate. Don't be dumb. Okay, bye.